Dignity, respect, and freedom. Really all things we want for ourselves and especially for our loved ones. And that's where Senior Home Care of Tucson comes in. They offer that and really a whole lot more. And that's why I'm here with owner Tina Gillette and Executive Director of the Home Care Association of America, Phil Bongiorno. Such a pleasure to sit down with you guys.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you. So how long ago did this start, Tina, and why'd you start it?
The business was started 6.5 years ago, and it basically was incepted because I was the primary caregiver for my mother. She had cancer, and I was her primary caregiver, and at that time, I realized the value of caregivers.
So, Tina, of course, there's a lot needed to take care of our family. What are the different services that you offer?
We offer light housekeeping, personal care, transportation, errands, taking people to doctor's appointments, anything to keep a person free and be able to live with dignity, respect, and freedom.
Right, those three words are so important to
Absolutely.
living, of course, for anybody. And Phil, what role does the Home Care Association of America play?
Sure. The Home Care Association of America is a national trade association representing home care providers like Tina. We actually have a national chapter network where we have one here in Arizona. Many of the things we do support advocacy, research, and education. One of the most important things we do is to set standards for the home care industry.
And Phil, do you have to have a license to operate a home care business?
Here in Arizona, actually, you do not, and that's one of the things we advocate for is licensure in the states. In many states, you have to have a license to catch a trout, but you don't need a license to really care for a senior. And we think there should be changes in that area, especially here in Arizona.
Well, sure, hard for some people to believe, I think, that you don't need a license, and that's why you guys have done so much advocacy for that, right?
Correct. Yes, I've lobbied in both Washington, D.C. and in Phoenix to try to get some type of oversight, if not licensure.
Right, and of course we all want only the best for our family, so what are some questions when we're shopping for home care that we should be asking of the businesses to make sure that our family will be well taken care of?
Some of the things that you should ask are, do you drug test your caregivers? Do you have a bond for theft? Do you carry liability insurance? Are the caregivers W-2 employees of the agency? Do you provide supervisory visits? Do you federally fingerprint your caregivers? Do you provide workers' compensation for the caregivers? And also, is there training, which is very important?
All very important and should be noted, all part of your business, which is why people can look forward to really good care from your employees. And by the way, are you local or are you a national franchise?
We are a locally owned and operated business.
Which is also super important. And of course, your business has won some pretty great awards. Talk about them a little bit.
Okay. Well, last year we were named the Small Business of the Year through the Oro Valley Chamber of Commerce. And in 2017 and 2018, we were named as finalists for the Influential Health and Medical Awards.
Incredible. Just a couple of the many accolades that your business has, of course. And Phil, let's talk a little bit about how important it is for businesses like Tina's to meet some of these standards that we're talking about.
Certainly. So one of the distinctions that Tina's business has, along with other home care companies that are members of HCOA, is that the W-2, let's take the W-2 requirement. We know that when you're a W-2 employer, you're supervising your caregivers, and that's so important. It's a distinction with other types of models that are out there that really independently contract caregivers, and there's a big difference. So one of the standards we have within the association is that you must be a W-2 employer and follow the other standards like supervision, oversight, having a care plan. These are all things that Tina and other members of our association perform.
Well, and that's just one of the ways that you make sure that the employees are of the caliber that it requires to give this kind of care. But your employees really, they're people that you would want to sit down and have lunch with, right?
Exactly.
They're people who you really can get along with, and of course, you offer training for them that really is above all the rest.
Yes, very much so. We, in our training, first and foremost, first. They train with me for 4 hours personally, and we go over elder exploitation, our very lengthy handbook to ensure that the caregivers have a full understanding of their responsibilities when they're placed into somebody's home.
Yeah.
Secondly, we do hands-on training, which is vital. We want to make sure that every caregiver understands the techniques that are necessary to provide safe care in an individual's home.
Right, and actually, I kind of want to see this facility and see how hands-on they get with this type of training, and you're going to show me some of the areas here. Let's go check it out.
Yes, all right, thank you.
And so this is one of the rooms that really separates you from the rest of the competition, right? You give your employees this base of training that they're really going to use in real-life situations.
Yes, we think this is vital to caregiving, and the caregivers appreciate it as well. So, for example, some of the just fundamental things, teaching a caregiver to lock a wheelchair when someone sits down, utilization of a gait belt for hard transfers. We train the caregivers to transfer the client to the bed, from the bed to the chair. We teach skills on how to change somebody if they're bedbound. Shower chair, different types of walkers are all valuable. It's valuable information for the caregivers to utilize.
Right, and like I said, real life situations call for real life training, and that's what you're doing here. And it's been really enlightening for me, and I'm sure for people who have been considering this type of care too, to actually see it and see how the employees are trained. It's going to make a huge difference for them. So Tina,
yes.
Pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for your time,
Thank
and
you,
it was
Alex.
very nice to visit you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, as a special for Morning Blend viewers, you can receive 8 hours of in-home care for half the price. And if you want to learn more, visit seniorhomecareoftucson.com or call 520-355-4787. And if you want to read the Value of Home Care report, visit hcaoa.org/Value of Home Care report. And stay where you are. We'll be right back.